Hi, this is Yumnem 20. Thanks for coming back. In the previous video, I asked you guys to ask me anything. I expected I would get more questions in English so that I could ask you guys in English and I could make English video. But I got some comments that are in Japanese as well. But anyways, so in this video, I'll be answering all the questions that's in English first, and then later on I'll be answering questions that are in Japanese. The first question is from DC. Thank you very much. Much like you, I like beer. I like to try some Japanese beers. Can you please suggest 2 or 3 brands I should try? Thanks. I don't know if you've already tried Asahi Super Dry. Very crisp, very nice lager. That's my favorite beer out of those Japanese beer. So I would definitely recommend you to try Asahi first. And maybe, I don't know. I can't really tell the difference between like Kirin, Sapporo. Yeah. But just definitely try Asahi first. Let me know what you think. And next, from Apples Oranges. Okay, did you have any sort of culture shock while living in Canada? How did you deal with it? But I don't really remember culture shock. Culture shock? Like the washroom? In Japan, like all the washrooms, like, you know, separated individually, and then you can't really see what's going on inside from outside. But in Canada, you know, the washroom, like, you know, it's of course separated, but if you try it, you can see what's going on inside. And I think it's good. It's a good idea to, you know, make a little space or gap between like wall and but I try not to compare to what it is in Japan. I think that's how I deal with it always. It's still like, you know, it's been like 6 years since I came here, but there's still a lot of things that are new to me, and when I face it, I try not to compare with anything that I experienced in Japan. So that way, and I can just take it as like, you know, and I understand, I respect. I think yeah, it's okay. Okay, next question. Haru S. Do you have a boyfriend? Do I look like the person that has a boyfriend? I don't know. You tell me. From DC again. As you were learning to speak English, how did you learn about slang words and phrases? Did listening to music or watching movies help? It definitely did. It definitely did. I recently listened to Ed Sheeran. I think he released a new album. Listening to English music is very good because you just, you know, don't think about anything and then just relax and then just, you know, let it play. And so one day you'll feel yourself like picking up those, you know, phrases that you listen from the music in the real life. Okay, next. Hindu Kush 1234. I don't know how to pronounce it, but thank you. My daughter just became permanent resident in Canada. Congrats! She likes the attitude of the Canadian people and the open-minded government. What are your views on this? Oh, good question. It's difficult. I feel more close to them, close to the government. It's because I think I'm living in such a small town and I see government people in town and sometimes I talk to them and I feel more close to them. But in Japan, about government, I have no idea. Never answered this kind of questions, so let me think about it again. Okay, thank you. The last question in English, Chiaki Goto, thank you very much. I'm a minority and I'd like to ask you a few questions. I don't know if I'm a minority too or majority. Do you think it's easier for same-sex couples to live in Canada than in Japan? I don't know. Sorry, I can't answer that question. Do you feel discriminated? Do I ever felt that I'm discriminated? No, I have never felt that way. Do you like simple plan, by the way? I like the plans that are simple, but that's not my favorite band. Okay, but thank you very much for asking me. Okay, it was very fun to answer those English comments in English. But next, let's move on to Japanese questions.